All right, guys, the episode's dropped. You can keep up with us with the episode counter on the bottom left. We're going to go into the first episode. Are they going to have the same theme song?
I wouldn't be surprised. Since it's shown up in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 2.
Oh, Deborah and Will. It's good to see you again.
The haircut and beard is working for Foggy, though.
Right?
Reverence for the past.
It's code. I keep forgetting about it.
Deborah is a dream girl.
No one's above the law.
Nope.
Give us Luke Cage season 3. That's how the city protects itself.
And adventures.
Well, I'm thinking about restoring a farmhouse upstate.
For that.
May you be in heaven a full half hour, for the devil knows you're dead!
It's a good quote.
What about Dumb Benny?
You heard about that, huh?
Everyone has heard about that.
Ooh.
Something's wrong.
I don't remember. Did they do that in the original Netflix series?
Not like that. That's a new visual way of showing it. Oh, he's back.
Bullseye's back.
Guess who's back?
Not the Bad Batch.
Bullseye back.
It's Benny. After that thing in Red Hook, he said he was getting threats, so
Stay here. Just
Quite
stay
the
here.
secure
Keep calm.
building.
look, I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't want to give you an excuse.
Hey. And
Oh,
then the score. Let's go.
Dude, these look like comic panels.
Benny, what's going on? Are you okay?
Foggy, he wanted to know where you were. I'm sorry.
Don't kill Foggy. I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, frick.
Literally.
Come on, Benny. He said someone's looking.
You better not. Oh,
It made my teeth hurt.
Just throwing mugs and stuff.
bust through the glass. Or not.
That's such a cool way to show Bullseye's power. Or like ability to not miss. Just like the ricochet shots out of left field.
You know what I love about this fight is that...
Oh my god! It's like 8 knives in him.
He's a freaking pin cushion.
Ugh, the heartbeat's so much slower.
Jeez. What the heck?
He's got a adamantium skeleton.
So what's...
Well, that wasn't very cash money of Disney.
I think that's gonna be, you know, the title, Born Again, where he's probably put that away for a while. After this, we'll see if there's a time jump.
Well, it seemed like there was already kind of a time jump because he did put it away essentially at the end of season 3.
I mean, I hate the dude, but it's good to see Vincent back.
Sure, go ahead. Do you feel safe?
BB Urich, Ben Urich's daughter? Question mark.
I don't like it. You can't even go out with your family. You gotta worry about getting mugged.
It's the kind of thing that can bring up a lot of anger and pain.
They replaced
It's always been fast.
Foggy with a black woman. It's DEI.
Jeez.
Well,
Don't give them any ideas.
Thank you. Great, thanks.
Is this how they get Karen Page to not be in the show too?
But it did.
Yep, she's gonna go back to San Francisco, so she only shows up for
What are you
the
gonna do?
final
about
episode.
Daredevil?
I don't know.
I made a promise to myself.
I do love that they show him in his apartment with no lights on because, like, yeah.
It's true.
Tonight, I'm declaring my candidacy for mayor of New York.
Oh hell no!
I mean, Mayor Fisk. That's the coolest fucking thing on the planet.
Nice. Nice way to vote on Sings.
He's not on your life.
Well, this is disturbing.
What do you say about life and art?
Yep. I wouldn't. Like, he's a convicted, like, criminal. They wouldn't elect him.
That's never gonna happen.
Kirsten.
Oh, please do. For both of us.
I love how no matter what, Matt Murdock still has game. Always.
Right?
You know?
Accent's still there.
For some reason, I was hoping for a Spider-Man reference there.
Kind of creepy, if I'm honest.
There are no pigeons.
You're an
They're drones.
no,
don't know.
You can need a little something, something, if you know what I mean. So does she.
No, I don't know what you mean, and it was a disaster. I'm not having this conversation with you.
Hey, Matt,
Love the
in all
Google Pixel
seriousness,
representation.
You need this. It's time. Don't
DEI phones.
mess this up. Harry,
Jeez.
in the conference room. Are you gonna
Right
tell
now?
me? Yeah.
Every dollar accounted for, every income source, absolutely clean. He came in late, he came in a lot of cash, and it's working for him. He says his wife's some kind of investment sorceress.
New York's getting the mayor it deserves.
You ask me, that's pretty goddamn cynical, Matt.
Or maybe I'm just wising up.
So, you want me to go on with this?
No, let it go. It's not our job.
Restraining myself from making an allegorical comment.
Hey, thanks.
Is that your Fafos face?
Hey, excuse me, ma'am. I'm with the baby report.
I propose treatment.
Is that like Old Testament X-Men mutant registration right there?
Step back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, pretty
Also
much.
the Sokovia Accords, too.
It's okay, Buck. You have children?
No. You?
Oh, no. I tried to mentor someone, but... Well, that's the closest I've come.
Didn't she shoot you in the face?
Just kind of just broach it directly.
Younger generation, what can we do?
Does Daredevil have
It's hard.
a killing code?
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he
Hating
still
his
tries to
power.
be a good lawyer.
Has over us.
Wait, the man's holding the woman's arm?
Seems very well adjusted.
Mental health is knowing exactly when.
So anti-man. Do we think Fisk is a misdirect? Is he really just not going to be the villain?
I mean, it's entirely possible that
Tonight you have ushered in
he's sincere in this, but I think it's inevitable it's going to come out that Vanessa is the big bad, and he's probably going to break bad to keep her safe.
Jeez. What a fake face. I mean, he did that perfectly.
Well, because, yeah, I mean, when someone like that criminal gets put in, it's going to embolden just the worst elements.
Yeah. Another great shot. You got the red side and a dark side. Which side is his true side? Great first episode. I also love the symbolism of it being pulsing, because it's like, at first the motif is like he has two sides to him and it's the red side, but when it's pulsing, it's like it's coming back to life. It's like on its way, just slowly, you know.
To quote Adam Warlock, born again. I mean, I had to do that at least
more than once.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. No. I think it's it was really well done, and like I said earlier, Cal, you weren't around for it, but it doesn't feel like a direct continuation of the Netflix show, but it does feel like a continuation of the same comic. Cal's sad.
I am honestly, because just from the original trailer of this, I honestly, because like the trailer shows the helmet falling down and there's like very clearly Ben blood on the ground and stuff like that. So there was already kind of a part of my mind that was thinking that was going to happen. I just wasn't expecting it to happen in episode 1, and the fact that it did
first
does
10 minutes.
feel like they're just trying to shelve characters that people fought so hard to make sure were still included. So it's kind of a bummer. So like I'm sad obviously for the characters, right? But I'm also just sad from like a fan of the show aspect as well, of like I wanted to see them in it more. Was it just a personal vendetta thing, or is there a deeper thing to it? If there is a deeper thing, then at that point it'll feel like it fits the story. But if it's just some vendetta thing, then to me it's just going to feel like, okay, this was just an excuse to write them out.
It was shoehorned.
But again, I think it was a vendetta thing. The fact that he broke into a safe house to find someone that was hidden away in order to ask that person where Foggy was, that was the misdirect, and that was meant to pull Daredevil away. Specifically because again, you could call Foggy's office and find out where he's gonna be. Obviously he had no compunction about being seen or getting caught, so that to me is, unless it's just bad writing, but I doubt it.
I'm actually going to put my chips on someone else entirely. I think that Fisk and Vanessa are ultimately vehicles to introduce the real villain. Catalysts to get Matt back into the suit, because he needs to be born again. And once he does that, we may be dealing with someone else.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. The reason I said Vanessa is because she's literally the only true villain we've been introduced to, except for random guy sitting in the chair that the camera lingered on extra long.
I also love that, and I was telling Choco this earlier. I also love that they've kind of hit a nice balance between the dark tone and the MCU tone.
I just can't.
What are you gonna do? Move to Boston? You hate the Celtics.
You hearing this guy?
Hear him? I fucking love him.
What are you gonna do? Move to Boston? You hate the Celtics. I love that logic.
So funny.
Oh.
Okay.
So you had a bad day. Camera don't lie.
Oh boy.
Do not move.
Why would you do that now? Why would you full on just have that fight without identifying yourself?
New York's a wild place, man. How many conversations do you think he has that end abruptly where they're like, that? You didn't even answer my question, but okay, bye.
They're like, he just paused very long, like he smelled a fart and then left.
I think he shit his pants.
Okay.
This is also something I'd like to see more of
I just
too.
need
Him
Arne to
being a
take over for
lawyer.
me in the Rogers depot.
Great, I appreciate it.
Sir, how does it feel to know that Mayor Fisk will be watching this trial very closely?
How does it feel? I don't give a fuck.
I just want to say, we do not care.
Spooky Kitty says, I want some cheesecake, man. Well, listen, Padme's not around.
Dracar Noir, center choice for New York's finest.
I had him killed.
No, he didn't have him killed. He's the one who did it.
Yeah.
I asked Commissioner Gallo about you on 3 separate occasions.
Masks?
Not us.
Interesting.
We're 100%
Maybe
real.
timely. Could be. Still in the early stages. But
A little more introverted than I come out, but yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I think it's impossible to come off as introverted on camera.
Should be introverted online. Yeah. True.
It's like you turn on the camera and just go.
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Could you?
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone at the door, Cal?
I have no idea what that was.
It's probably my computer.
Okay. It's just like, checking Discord.
See you around, Kingpin.
Damn.
Damn, he's right.
Yeah.
What's that?
White Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did display some.
He could fight, yeah.
That you moonlight as a vigilante.
I wasn't in a suit or wearing my amulet. I had no extra powers. It's not relevant.
Powers?
You hide.
Before you go, just one
It's making me want an Italian sub from Mario's.
You're originally from Philadelphia. That's right. And you know that cheesesteaks are great in Philly.
Spooky guys and cheesecakes.
I was gonna say that actually looks like a cheesecake, cheesesteak, or a chopped cheese.
Hector's history
Ooh.
has no bearing on this case. The defense moves to suppress.
How do you feel, Philly boy?
He's a vigilante. He wasn't in
Upset.
possession of his mystical amulet or in the white
Scorned.
tiger outfit at the time of the incident.
I like that portion of this show. The kind of like street level. How's everybody feeling?
I mean, I think this should become a staple in all street level shows.
PB report?
Find the witness.
Bro, why does he look like Ben Affleck in this angle? What is that?
It's a cop who thinks he's Punisher.
Yeah.
This can't be legal.
I will make it legal.
What's gonna happen if you just like, hey, judge, I got attacked by the cops? Like,
Don't do this. Don't do this. You don't want to do this.
Oh!
Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
He's not Daredevil
He let the
anymore.
devil out.
Oh man. Okay, I'm getting my Bud Light. I'm going to watch it. We need this Asian superhero. We do. We have Shang-Chi.
Throw Colleen Wing back in the mix. All right, please.
Oh, but I was gonna say, like, he may not be, at least at that present moment, Daredevil, but he can still fight. Like,
now the question is, that guy landed pretty hard on his neck. Is he okay? Like, is it like he did, or he ain't walking good no more?
Or whatever it is, I don't think it's going to be good.
If we use the rule of cool, he's fine. If we use physics,
hey, Bullseye's
he's paralyzed.
To be fair, Bullseye did have like extensive reconstruction surgery after he got cornered on a wall by Fisk, so maybe that's why he survived. But oof.
They were like, we're gonna put metal in your back, and it's an experimental type of metal, and you're like,
a Standavistan or whatever, or Sandavistan.
Where did you get it? Off Celestial Island.
So it's gonna be interesting because now, you know, also, you know, we did specifically see Matt's blood hit the floor there. So Matt has been made at the scene, and a fight has ensued, and he's a blind guy who whooped two people's ass. Or, you don't know, we could go full Palpatine, where they're like, yeah, he killed a bunch of Jedi. We don't know how, but they're just not going to ask that question.
Well, I think even though, like, when I was like, isn't this illegal? Like, they can't possibly get away with this. I don't think this is something that they report. They obviously they got their ass kicked, but they also don't want to bring into question what they were doing, attacking a lawyer or even getting in a fight with one, if they even claim that he started it,
or what they were doing at that location specifically as well. Especially since the witness was ideally and hopefully collected into protection.
That's either witness tampering or worse. They just don't want to place themselves at that scene. So I think he's okay for now. Like, if they survive, then they're like, let's just like keep our mouth shut, you know?
Be cool.
Also, who the fuck is that blind guy?
Man. Yeah, right.
And it's funny because, you know, obviously Matt would be able to identify them, but he won't be able to legally. Like, do you remember who it is? He's like, I don't know.
So what's the significance behind the tattoos? I know you guys said that he thinks he's Punisher, but is that like a comic thing? Like,
it's
a real life thing.
It's a real life thing. It's a comic thing, and the Punisher hates all of it.
So there's a bunch of I mean, you'll see this. That's one of the things I do love about this show already, is that it is unapologetic in, like, no, you
calling
guys are
stuff
idiots.
out.
So the Punisher, the character, hates cops, right? He hates his very first run, he was stamping out corruption from the police. You know what I mean? Like, he hates all that, but he's going around and he's killing those people. And then what happened is that people in the real life, like cops, thought his vigilantism was super cool, and so they started getting Punisher tattoos and Punisher things.
Stickers, decals on their cars.
You'll literally see a Punisher skull with the thin blue line flag in it, where, like, Punisher hates that. And so then even in the comics, the Punisher, like, talked to some cops, and they're like, yeah, we love what you're doing, man, we respect you. And he was like, nah, you, like, Captain America, Steve Rogers is who you need to look up to. And if I catch you doing this again, I will kill you both. And so to see the cops in there with Punisher tattoos, it was just, it's art imitating life, imitating art, imitating life.
It's layers.
That was a fantastic start to the show. Like I said earlier, it's a great mix of Netflix tone, MCU tone. And what I mean by that is like the show is dark, it's very violent, but now we've got other vigilantes, we've got other mentions of other superheroes. We have a spider guy swinging across the buildings and stuff, and it exists within this kind of this scope that the original Netflix series couldn't. Like, they had to have like the attack on New York in a newspaper, but now they can like openly name things and just talk about the larger narrative that's being set up for Secret Wars.
Yeah, I mean, alongside all of that, which is putting a lot of my thoughts much more eloquently than I could have, I just, the cinematography and sound design for this has been fantastic as well. A lot of the camera angles that they've held on for some of these shots are like, oof, you guys knew what you were doing, and this is a spicy shot. And then like just the cuts to heartbeats and the way that they've really like I don't know if it's just been listening with headphones or whatever, but like the audio feels fairly spatial in a lot of ways, of like it really sounds like somebody honing in on where to listen to something, which is really just delightful.
It's almost hit the level of Last Jedi with sucking the sound out, you know, so you get to the thing. Yeah, definitely like that. Also, this episode showed, I mean, it was this was perfect for both. I don't know, it's doing a really good job developing both Fisk and Daredevil at the same time, because Fisk seemingly was trying to play things by the book, right? But there was something that he would not be able to do. He would not be able to get past, you know, this thing with the police, especially because of who he was and what he's done in the past. And so he had to go back to a dirty tactic in order to get what he wanted. And then, of course, you're forcing, you know, Daredevil to do the same, where he had to, he's like, don't do this, please don't.
Pretty good start, honestly.
They both thought they were out, and they were brought back in.
Well, I mean, we knew it was going to happen, right? It's
called
Born Again. I don't think that's the catalyst that brings him back to Daredevil, but it is one of the it's the first. It's taking your first
dominoes.
I wasn't expecting this. I wanted to see the lawyer part of Matt Murdock a lot. Brilliant first two episodes. I think they landed it perfectly, and they ended it perfectly on the. I think, you know, as streaming services grow, and yes, they are still growing, they're gonna find out what works in terms of story drops. Obviously, with the whole Andor doing full arcs, they're starting to realize that either weekly doesn't work or binge is just too much. So if they need to draw it out, they're going to draw it out with arcs.
With having the second episode there, it's really kind of shown us they're not phoning it in by any means.
Do we think?
I'm excited, man. See, this is the thing that makes me say we're so back.
Right. Especially since like Daredevil's at the very least in like my top 3 favorite superheroes ever. So if not like debatable on the day if it's my number 1 or not, but so I'm really
listen.
here for it.
It's your color motif. It's got the Catholic guilt.
Small question before I wrap things up. Do we think that White Tiger, are they doing anything kind of substantial with White Tiger, or is he just kind of like a subplot?
Honestly, I'm not a big White Tiger guy. I can't tell you very much about him.
From the trailers, it seems like he's not just going to be sidelined. I think there's a couple scenes of him in costume or him putting on the costume, which we haven't seen yet. So he has an amulet that gives him powers, I know, and like I know of him, but I don't know
It
if she's
reminds
ever
me of
gotten
Vixen
like
from DC.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so White Tiger got a little bit of a kick to the forefront, and there's a Disney Spider-Man show where Spider-Man had like a little team, and that had White Tiger, but the White Tiger was a girl. In that, I believe that was like the daughter of this White Tiger.
Speaking of which, are they showing up? We getting some Jesse or Luke, or please no Finn Jones? Please no Finn Jones.
If that's the thing, is we give them
back.
all. We get them all, or we get none of them. Michael Coulter, I think, needs to come back. I would love to see him back.
It needs to happen, or I'm going to be perpetually upset.
The way they left his show with the Godfather ending of
yeah.
Oh, with the crown.
So at the ending, basically, he was like, okay, I'm going to allow some crime, but everything goes through me. None of it hits schools, and like he was going to manage it, but that makes him a crime boss, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they even did the, you know, don't ask me about my business, you know, ending for season 3.
That'll do it for this watch party to Daredevil. The first 2 episodes. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you're still here and around, leave a like, subscribe for more. We'll see you guys on Friday. Go find Cal4 on twitch.tv/Cal4, and we will see you on the other side of Hell's Kitchen.
Peace.